Hello and welcome to another episode of Billy Fishing in Norway. What part of Norway, Billy, are you fishing? I am fishing in southwest Norway, in an archipelago off from the town Ålesund. Yes, a place where I've done a video before. There's actually two, Ray Day and how to find fish in unfamiliar places. That's it. Today I'm fishing exactly the same way as I did that day and with the same rigs. So first of all, I'm going to walk you through the gear and the rigs, and then I'm going to show you how to make a bait, and hopefully we'll catch a damn fish. It is around about 10 o'clock at night now. What am I fishing for here? Well, the only thing of interest in this area here, on this part of this island, is thornback rays, right? And I will show you the rig. So the rig I'm fishing tonight and into the wee hours of the morning is the South African big game rig, as I have dubbed it. I call it that because it is used in South Africa for big game, and the reason why that is because if it is built correctly, whether you use wire or mono, the main part of it, which is actually the snood, should be uninterrupted from swivel to hook, and the hook is always snelled on to maintain the integrity of the line. And so this one has 175 pound main line, which is very thin. It's yoky. I like it a lot. So this is a 9/0 Mutsu circle, right? And as always, fishing it with a dingle dangle. Yes, sorry to bore the rest of you, but for the new guys, dingle dangles were created in South Africa, and it's so you can clip down a bait below a circle hook. It's the only way they work properly, and it is a conservation method, right? It works really well if you fish them like this. A lot of people had trouble with circle hooks. That's why the bait doesn't go above or on, it goes below. Simple as that, right? Today the baits are going to be mackerel. I'm using a whole fillet and I condense it down to fit in this space here. This is actually why I'm actually using the South African rig, because it allows space for the bait. And if not, the bait would have to be about this long. That's if I was using a pulley rig, and I'd have to use 2 hooks. And now the chances of damaging a fish are a lot higher. And I have heard it said that the Norwegian record is actually 40 pounds for a thornback ray, and that is indeed a beast of a fish, right? Absolute beast of a fish. So a 40-pound thornback ray, yes please, thank you very much, hence the hooks, right? And a 10-pound fish, I even caught I think a 4-pound fish on these hooks, absolutely no problem, undamaged, went straight back. Okay, thornbacks have got big mouths, so this is nothing to them. If you were to use a 9/0 of its brethren, like a J hook, it is much bigger than this, right? It's as simple as that. The baits can be bigger and the hooks can be smaller, okay? But they are thick and they are strong and they are sharp, right? And they do their job extremely well. So now I'm going to bait up, all right? The bait goes between the beads, right? And I'm going to cut it to size, right? So just to save me some film work, okay? Okay. This is what I'm going to start with, right? An entire decent fillet of mackerel, okay? So there's the 2 main parts and 2 little flank sections, right? Just to make the bait a little bit more aerodynamic. It's not really an issue here. If you get 50 meters, you're in the zone, right? I'm fishing into 20-25 meters of water, and I have experience here. The thing is, right, there is a colossal amount of water everywhere in Norway, and people say, the fish is great in Norway. Finding the fish is the hard part. Yes, the fishing is good here, but finding the fish is the hard part. That's the difficult part. The whole suck it and see method is not particularly good here. You need to have the knowledge, and to do that you use apps, and then you can find the fish. The more places you fish using the app, it teaches you what to look for and the type of ground you should fish, the type of areas you should fish, and the rest of it is just time of year and all the rest of it. But narrowing it down to a certain area and a certain type of ground is what will find you the fish at the end of the day. And to do that, I will link this video in the description. It's how to find fish, right? And it's actually shot in this place here, where I actually catch some really nice rays as well. Okay, so you can check that out if you need to learn how to do this. There are many apps out there. I'm going to name a few. Lawrence Navigation, Navionics, to name a few, right? Now we got all that covered. Nobody write in any nonsense about apps, right? Experience tells you so much, right? So now we're going to bait up. These baits are a little bit shorter than the beads, yes? That's because they will spread out a bit when you get the elastic onto them, okay? You don't want them too big. If they don't go in between the beads, they'll mess you up as well. It's a learning experience, can I say that? Yeah. So before there was gaps, now there isn't, right? So if you cut them exactly to the size of the dingle dangle, they're going to be too big by the time you get the elastic onto them. Okay. And these 2 last bits, just not to waste any bait. I find, you can see there it's kind of oval shaped, so I put them on the side. That's it. It's just to bulk the bait out a bit. Also, it will keep the dopey dogs off. Probably. I hope, I wish, I pray, right? I've said it before, not even a dopey dog can get that in his mouth. Rubbish. Now you've come this far, right? So you put the elastic on this side and you go down to the opposite side of the bead down below. You come up, you do the opposite and you go around. So it's a crisscross method, right? So you come up this side, down to that side, right? Up again, then down to the other side down there and over to the other side like this. And you just continue in that fashion, right? Until you are satisfied with how much elastic you have there. Always use latex elastic. If anybody's worried about it being in the sea, don't worry about it. It will degrade and rot away to nothing. It is nature's own. So then you pay special attention to the bead down the bottom, just to make sure the bait doesn't shoot off the end when you're casting, right? And then when it hits the water, this beads to stop it shooting up, right? Simple as that. It is important. The beads are absolutely 100% necessary, okay? And the bigger the baits get, the beads need to be bigger. I'm going to show this as best as I can. It's a 6-ounce sinker with grip wires. The tail is bent like that, just so it doesn't hit the bait and it doesn't push itself off the bait clip. So you get it, you put it on like that, right? You can see what I mean with the tail. And then it sits nice and even, right? The bait and the lead weight are consolidated, so if the bait is heavier than the lead weight, because they're consolidated, it won't unclip itself, right? It is the simplest way to tackle this problem. It's why the South Africans use it. And a lot of people think I'm pooping on the pulley rig. I am not, right, pooping on the pulley rig. The pulley rig is a fantastic rig. It truly is. But not all rigs can do all jobs. For instance, the South African rig fails where the pulley rig triumphs, and vice versa, okay? This is best for what I do. So we get this bait in the water and we get it fishing. The other bait is off to the right, so this bait's going to go out in front of me. That's it, that's all you need. Now I'm going to show you how to deal with the depths of water. It can be difficult to get the grip wire to hold if the rod tip is up while you're winding, and it won't bite in, and you'll lose a lot of the distance that you've gained when you cast, because the line keeps on stretching and pulling the lead in towards you. So what I like to do is point the rod at the water like this and wind very slowly until I can wind the slack through the water. Instead of it picking the lead up, it pulls the lead down. This I've learned through experience. And also, if you had some humps and bumps in your line from the casts previous, you can straighten them out. Now if I don't do it this way, it will take you 3 or 4, maybe 5 times to connect with the lead weight, and by the time that happens, the bait is a decent bit closer to you. It's not always a bad thing, but sometimes it is. So it's a basin here is what I'm aiming for, right out here in the middle. I've contacted the lead weight now. I'm just waiting for the wires to dig in. Now they're in. So now I take it out of gear again and lift it and put it in the pod. And then the last time I just tighten down on it. And this is a great help and something that you need to do in this water. So now it's nice and tight. Put on the ratchet. Take the reel out of gear. That's it. The clouds and the rain have come to ruin my day again. Yeah, the forecast is for light rain tonight, so that means torrential downpours. Light winds, that means hurricane force winds. Stay tuned. So many hours have passed and so have the casts, and I got a couple of runs, but the fish were either too small or it was a dopey dog or some kind of nonsense anyway. But the tide is starting to drop now, and this is usually when the rays come on the feed here, and the rain is persisting. And like weather reports, what's the point? Mystic Meg would stand a better chance of telling you what the weather was going to do than so-called meteorological scientists, right? You bunch of charlatans, right? I hate you all. Yes, deal with it. I've missed 3 fish now, and I don't know, is it because they're small? Here we go. They're not running like they normally do. Okay, that's more like it. Right. Yeah, now we're in. Yeah, we got one. Oh, try and catch the rod tip flies. Here at Billyfishing, we strive to get the best footage. Oh. I'm not going to weigh these fish, measure them or anything. I'm just going to put them back. I'll show them to you and I'll put them back, because it's going to be dangerous here tonight. The rocks are all wet. I don't have a net big enough to wrangle these boys. The rigs are quite long, so I might be able to lift them. Oh, here it comes. It's not even that big. Well, it's all the way down there. So let's see if I can get this without killing myself. God, love barnacles. Sometimes I hate them, sometimes I love them. He's a decent fish, alright. Where's your cheek? Right, nice. Guess I managed one anyway. So that's the first one. I give it about 9 or something like that. It's not that big at all, but it's a decent fish for a start anyway. Right, we don't break me neck coming down here now. It's the tide's up. Whoa. Get back to the drink. And don't be alarmed, they generally just sit around for a while before they swim off. The first southwestern fish, right? I got a lot of stick the last time because I just called it the south, right? It's a big country, alright? There's no reason to nitpick. Right, southwest. It's not mid Norway, and it's certainly not North Norway. So you're gonna have to deal with it, Vikings, right? Apologies. Is there any chance, right, I could have a video where I just don't get totally drenched? Stay tuned. So I've just got picked up in the rainstorm. Okay. It's a ray for sure. How big is it though? That's the big question. If there's rain on the lens, you're gonna have to suck it up and deal with it, right? It's now like it's just going on 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm soaking wet, the fish are soaking wet. It's the theme this time. And I can't do anything but let the fish set that hook itself, because he ran at me. Yeah, he's there. So I just have to let him do it now, because he's coming towards me. So I have to wait for that fish to turn and head the other way before I do anything. Like now. Yeah, we got him. Yep. This is a much better fish. Oh. They really pull when they're this size in this water. Sharp pumps. Don't let that rod tip down. Where's that leader? Here's the leader. I got him. Got him. Here it comes. All the way down there. Oh, it's an absolute giant. Oh, oh, bloody hell. Oh, it's a giant. This might be a PB. It's a giant. Look at the size of it. Whoa. Right. I understand your worries, mate, but I'm trying to make a video here in very slippy, wet conditions. Oh, he's still trying to head off. No, no, no. Bloody hell, look at the size of it. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, it's a beast. Oh, it's a beast. Right. Right, let's see where the hook is. Oh, this was worth hanging around for, even in the rain. Yeah, the hook's where it always should be. Right in the corner of the mouth there. So I'm going to get that off with the T-bar. There you go. Look at the size of that thing. Wish it would flatten out for me so you can get the true story of this fish. Is that a beast? Yeah, 15 maybe. The weight of it. Nice fish anyway. So off he goes. Goodbye, buddy. Go away. Yeah, there he goes. Nice. Not a wasted evening after all. Two nice tarnies. You gotta love them when they're that size. I mean, there is a record fish in here somewhere. Not that I'm gonna claim it, but I'd love to catch it, you know. I just want to see that fish. My best is 13, 14 or something, but a big boy he was, right? Yeah, stay tuned. As well as the lashing rain, I've got high winds now as well, so I'm gonna call it quits for tonight. So I'm Billy, I hope you liked it. Wherever you are in the world, remember, I'll see you on the beach. Bye.